Dublin. Dublin is the capital of the Republic of Ireland and also the largest city by size of the island of Ireland on the bay at the mouth of the River Liffey. It is in the province of Leinster, bordered on the south by the Dublin Mountains, a part of the Wicklow Mountains range. At the 2022 census, the city council area had a population of 592,713 people, while Dublin City in its suburbs had a population of 1.263219 million people, and the county Dublin had a population of 1.5 million. The historic city centre of Dublin is encircled by the Royal Canal and Grand Canal, bound to the west by Euston Railway Station and the Phoenix Park, and at the east by the IFSC and the Docklands. O'Connell Street is the main thoroughfare of the inner city, and many Dublin bus routes, as well as the Green Line of the Luas, have a stop at O'Connell Street. The main shopping streets of the inner city include Henry Street on the north side and Grafton Street on the south side. Victorian-era buildings such as the George Street Arcade are common in the south inner city. In some tourism and real estate marketing contexts, inner Dublin is sometimes divided into a number of quarters. These include the medieval quarter, in the area of Dublin Castle, Christ Church and Street, St. Patrick's Cathedral, and the Old City Walls. The Georgian quarter, including the area around Stephen's Green, Trinity College, and Merrion Square. The Docklands quarter around the Dublin Docklands and Silicon Docks. The Cultural quarter around Temple Bar, and Creative quarter between South William Street and George Street.
As he was also known, was born in Ireland. The family home in Dublin was at 24 Upper Marion Street. Location at the south, at the second street lamp after the roundabout, just past the Wellington Testimonial. Please take your headphones.
Dublin's north side suburbs includes areas such as Finglas, Bileman, Clontarf, and Howth. The south side suburbs include Tallaght, Sandyford, and Dunloughlin. Starting in the late 2010s, there was a significant amount of high-density residential developments in the suburbs of Dublin, with the mid to high-rise apartments being built in Sandyford, Ashton, and Tallaght.
A crazy girl in Dublin. Museum, unfortunately, is not suitable for little kids like Bubba's. So we're gonna go to Dublin.
The best known area for nightlife is Temple Bar, south of the River Liffey. The area has become popular among tourists, including stag and hen parties from the UK. It was developed as Dublin's cultural quarters and has retained its spirit as a centre for small arts production, photographic and artist studios, and in the form of street performers and small music venues. However, it has been criticized as overpriced, false and dirty by the Lonely Planet. The areas around Leeson Street, Harcourt Street, South William Street, and Camden George Street are popular nightlife spots for locals. The Dublin Castle, which became the center of Anglo-Norman power in Ireland, was founded in 1204 as a major defensive work on the orders of King John of England, following the appointment of the first Lord Mayor of Dublin in 1229. The city expanded and had a population of 8,000 by the end of 13th century. Dublin prospered as a trade center despite an attempt by King Robert I of Scotland to capture the city in 1317. It remained a relatively small walled medieval town during the 14th century and was under constant threat from the surrounding native clans. In 1348, the Black Death, a lethal plague which had ravaged Europe, took hold in Dublin and killed thousands over the following decade.
Group entrance. Group entrance.
According to some historians, part of the city's early economic growth was attributed to a trade in slaves. Slavery in Ireland and Dublin reached its pinnacle in the 9th century and the 10th century. Prisoners from slave raids and kidnappings, which captured men, women, and children, brought revenue to the Gaelic Irish Sea Raiders, as well as to the Vikings who had initiated the practice. The victims came from Wales, England, Normandy, and beyond.
Price. I give Strongbow my daughter's hand.
A settlement was established in the area by the Gaels during or before the 7th century, followed by the Vikings. As the Kingdom of Dublin grew, it became Ireland's principal settlement by the 12th century Anglo-Norman invasion of Ireland. The city expanded rapidly from the 17th century and was briefly the second largest in the British Empire and sixth largest in Western Europe after the Acts of Union in the 1800s. Following independence in 1922, Dublin became the capital of the Irish Free State, renamed Ireland in 1937. As of 2018, the city was listed by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network as Global City, with a ranking of Alpha minus, which placed it among the top 30 cities in the world. It is now thought that the Viking settlement was preceded by a Christian ecclesiastical settlement known as Dublin, from which Dublin took its name. Beginning in the 9th century and the 10th century, there were two settlements where the modern city stands. The Viking settlement of about 841, Dublin and Gaelic settlement Athleath, Port of Hurdles, further up the river at the present-day Father Matthew Bridge, also known as Dublin Bridge, at the bottom of Church Street.
Hi. We're at the Dublin Mall. Sees he's riding a pig. When pigs fly. Hi. Art gallery.
Brewery's founder, Arthur Guinness. Other floors feature the history of Guinness advertising and include an interactive exhibit on the responsible drinking. The seventh floor houses the Gravity Bar with views of the Dublin Inn where visitors may drink a pint of Guinness included in the price of admission.
Just a few words of Irish. These are praise being Fulja. In English, this translates to 100,000 welcomes. So maybe a French continent, your talk begins this way.
The building in which the storehouse is located was constructed in 1918 as a fermentation plant for the St. James Gate Brewery. It was designed in the style of the Chicago School of Architecture and is the first multi-story steel frame building to be constructed in Ireland. The building was used continuously as a fermentation plant for the brewery until its closure in 1988, when a new fermentation plant was completed near the River Liffey. At the base of the atrium lies a copy of the 9,000-year lease signed by Arthur Guinness on the brewery site.
In the center of the atrium, a themed orientation is about to begin.
The Guinness Storehouse explains the history of beer. The store is sold through various interactive exhibition areas including ingredients, brewing, transport, corporate, advertising, and sponsorship. In 1997, it was decided to convert the building into the Guinness Storehouse, replacing the Guinness Hop Store as the brewery's visitor center. The redesign of the building was undertaken by the UK-based design firm Imagination in conjunction with the Dublin-based architects firm RKD. And the storehouse opened to the public on 2nd December 2000. In 2006 to 2008, a new wing was developed and Euro 2.5 million was invested in a live technology-driven multimedia installation demonstrating the modern brewing process for Guinness. which was designed by the London-based museum design specialist, Event Communication.
They each have a unique and different aroma and strong Guinness. So if you want to smell each one, see which ones you love. Once everybody is in the room with us, I will talk you through what each of these aroma pods here are. Malted barley is the source of all sugars of beer, and it gives beer its sweetness. And many people say that this one smells like biscuits, breakfast cereals, or even Maltesers. Now over here behind it we have beer extras. Beer extras.
So as you're tasting the Guinness, what you might be getting at the tip of your tongue would be the subtle sweetness of malted barley. In the back of your throat, you might be getting the dry bitterness of the hops, and in the middle of your tongue you might get the dark chocolatey coffee-like taste of roasted barley. So what do we think, guys? Good, bad? Did we pick up on any of those? Well, for those of you that didn't pick up on any of those, don't worry, there's
My goodness, my Guinness.
You were a mother who just gave birth to a child. You were given 2 bottles of Guinness. Why is this? Because the method behind the madness is Guinness has high levels of iron, which we all know. Goes back to question.
In the perfect pint bar, visitors may pour their own pint of Guinness and even get their selfie printed on top of a pint. On the 7th floor houses the Gravity Bar with the views of Dublin and where visitors may drink a pint of Guinness, included in the price of admission. due to the script Saneado, Honor, Zone, Codaline, Montaigne, DC, and Westlife. Dublin has several mid-range venues that host live music throughout the week, including Rellands and Vicar Street. The arena venue in the Dublin Docklands play host to visiting global performers.
What are you doing?
Dublin was traditionally a city of two languages, English and Irish. The situation found also in the area around it, the Pale. The Irish of the County Dublin represented the easternmost extension of a broad central dialect area which stretched between Leinster and Connacht, but had its own local characteristics. It may also have been influenced by the East Ulster dialect of County Meath and County Louth to the north. A night of traditional Irish entertainment at the Belvedere Hotel, where the world-renowned show Belvedere Irish Nights takes place. This is a unique opportunity to experience traditional Irish music, dance and food for which Ireland is famous the world over. This spectacular show will give you a flavor of the different styles of Irish dance from Sean Nos, translating as old style to modern. The show features a cast of dancers whose credits include world-famous shows such as Riverdance and Lord of the Dance.